financial problems, elder law, criminal law, tax problems, business matters, divorce, personal injury, bankruptcy, your life, your reality. Life is complicated. There is the law and there is reality. Welcome to Law and Reality, sponsored by THAV GROSS. Now here's your host, Ken Gross.
Welcome to this segment of Law and Reality. Today's topic is the 3-point retirement plan plus one. Brian Small.
Plus one? That's exciting.
It's not a 4-point retirement plan. It's 3 points plus one.
Well, good morning. I'm interested to hear about the plus one.
You don't care about the 3-point retirement plan?
I know the 3-point retirement plan.
Jeff
I'm
Linden.
interested in plus one.
Ken. You get to bring a date. That's your plus one.
My wife
My
wife might be concerned about that.
Yeah. Well,
She can be your date.
yeah. Hey, Ken.
That's
how
what
are
the
ya?
plus one is. Okay, I'm good, Pat. All right, so let's talk. We'll get to the plus one, guys, later. I know
Let me
you're
ask you a
excited
question
for it.
first, though. Are you getting excited for retirement? Is this something that you're looking forward to? Because I'm just a couple years behind you, and we're all at that stage where they got these young kids that are hungry and want to work. What's your thoughts on retiring?
Did he just
My
call
own-
us young kids? Isn't
My
he like the
thoughts
same age as we are?
is I want to get to a point where I slow down, but I can't foresee. You, with your woodworking hobbies and so forth, I could see you at getting to the point where maybe you want to say, I want to pull the plug and not do any legal work at all and putter around. I'm not there. I'm going to want to continue doing what I do, but I'm going to want to do, I'd like to say if I can finish it by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, that would be great, and I'd maybe travel more.
That's me. Now, I had a next question for you. Your dad, how old was your dad when he passed away?
91.
And when did he retire?
He retired about 75.
What did he do?
He bought and sold houses in Northwest Detroit, rehabbed them and sold
So
them.
that's a pretty. Was he? Do we find our people that do they have regrets retiring early? Do they? Are
I don't
they
know. My
happy?
father retired.
Yeah. What did he
And
do?
He's a retired radiologist. He retired. 6 months later, he went back to work.
Yeah.
For 5 more years.
Yeah.
Then he retired again. 6 months later, he went back to work for 4 more years.
We
and
have-
then he finally retired for real.
We have so many people that come in, like mom's taking care of dad. What happened? He retired. He sat in front of the frickin' TV set, and he never moved, and he gained 400 pounds.
And he died probably quickly.
Well, no, his mind turns to mush.
Yeah, that's
where,
that's what you. I mean, if I slow down, I'm going to take cooking classes, maybe an art class, things that I've said that I wanted to do.
Wait,
that I've
he
never
said
done.
cooking
I
classes.
was thinking
He
no
still
more
has
burrito.
the original instructions for his oven inside the oven taped in there, okay?
Well, I like to barbecue, so
and he still has his original
I do.
table
If you
saw.
said to Bonnie, she'd say I'm a good cook. I don't
You
know how
are.
to make very
You
many
are.
things, but I make a great burger or a piece of chicken.
So
Not to
I had
mention
the
you make
last
great
question.
phone calls.
Yeah.
And
Well, for
I thought
period.
of this
Yeah.
over
Doritos.
the weekend.
I use the app.
Your dad was
DoorDash.
91 when he died. Did he have any last regrets looking back at his whole life? Do you think there was anything that he actually regretted that?
My dad was a tennis player, and that was his love of his life. He was a city champ in Detroit, and he was nationally ranked even through his late 70s. That was his passion. If you said, I don't think he regretted the fact that tennis was his passion and business and making money and paying the bills was not his passion. If you said how his children might have felt about that, or my dear mother, they probably would have all said it would have been nice if he had a little more passion for the other and a little less passion for the tennis. So for my dad, he was happy with it. And he was a great tennis player, and he was a great guy, and that's what he wanted out of life, and that's
So he
what
died
got.
happy with his life.
Well, he unhappy because at the end of the last 10 years of his life, he couldn't play tennis because he had got dizzy a lot, and that hurt, that stopped the playing tennis, and I think that took away a lot of the fun in his life.
So if I asked your kid about you right now, Would you have any regrets that you didn't do? You got another 40 years to go.
I would have liked to have traveled more, but we haven't. But I'm pretty content with what I do. I like practicing law now more than I ever have before. So that makes it that makes it more difficult with the idea. I don't feel a motivation to retire because, for so long as a lawyer, I don't know if you guys have felt the same way. I used to say, when is this going to get to be easier? Or when am I going to figure it out? And I finally feel as though when someone comes to me with an issue now, I can get to the conclusion quickly and get the documents done. Whereas in the old days, I'd stress out of saying, how do I handle this?
Let me tell you what I've had that realization is, finally I had the realization is that you can't wait for the journey to end. You have to enjoy the journey. Don't rush to get to the end because it'll drive you crazy, and then all of a sudden it will be the end, and then you got
the thing I know is this. Let's say on a Saturday where I don't have anything scheduled to work. What do I do in the morning? I get up, I get my coffee, I go to the computer, and I sit there, and I still massage my to-do list. I look over some marketing things. I'm still doing things relating to the firm, but I'm relaxed because it's Saturday and I'm watching the news and everything else. If you took that away from me because I was retired and I had nothing to do, what would I do? Sit there surfing the internet? How much do you want to read of the news?
We got 1 minute left before our commercial. Give Brian one piece of advice that he can't respond to because there ain't enough time before the commercial.
Oh, this ought to be good.
Enjoy the moment.
Oh, well,
I think you do. That
I
goes
do.
to Jeff too.
Yeah. You need to.
Yeah.
I think it's hard. I think it's hard I think practicing law is a difficult profession, and I think particularly like Jeff and I do a lot of litigation. Litigation is...
It's hard to control because you're responding a lot and not directing a lot.
A lot of deadlines.
And you're dealing with people that are just pain in the butt.
Sometimes your opposing counsel's a good guy and it's about working out a result and you get along with them. Sometimes you want to, if you had the right and you had the ability to just slit his throat and be done with him, that's what you do. But the bottom line is, if you're in litigation, if you're dealing with someone who's a jerk, you've got to give it back and put it in his face. You can't be soft. That sometimes gets a little stressful.
Gets old.
We'll take a break.
It's a new year, full of hope. With hope comes the reminder that you need to protect your future and the future of your loved ones. THAV GROSS is holding a free estate planning seminar February 8th in our offices in Bingham Farms. We will discuss the importance of having a will, a trust, and powers of attorney. And yes, it's absolutely free. You need to protect yourself and avoid the probate of your assets when you pass away. To sign up, call us today at 888-235-HELP or sign up at thavgross.com.
Tax problems are major problems. Don't let the IRS levy your wages and seize your assets. There is a solution.
We're THAV GROSS. Our firm will solve your problem.
If you're behind on your taxes and owe money to the IRS, call THAV GROSS.
We've been solving tax problems for 32 years. We stop wage levies, resolve unfiled returns, and obtain the best possible settlements.
Call THAV GROSS today, 888-235-HELP. If you're retired and in a financial crisis, there is a way out.
It pains me when I see a retired couple exhaust their savings by paying credit card bills and for a home hopelessly underwater.
THAV GROSS specializes in helping retired people in financial crisis.
You just can't keep paying until you're broke. You need to address the problem now.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
We're THAV GROSS. Our firm will solve your problem.
Pat was recommended by a friend who insisted that we really needed a trust. And he said, I know somebody who will do a good job for you.
At Samasco Law, we deal with estate planning and trusts every day.
We had excellent service from Samasco Law. Any questions we had were addressed. Our estate is in order and it had been set up so well that nothing needed to be done. I would just highly recommend Samasco Law.
You can't work. You have to deal with pain and stress. Worse yet, our system for applying for disability benefits seeks to deny you the benefits you're entitled. Jeff Kirschner is an expert in obtaining disability and workers' compensation benefits for his clients. You need to call Jeff before you apply or after you're denied to get the benefits you deserve. 888-235-HELP. 888-235-HELP. Is the debt piling up? Struggling to get by?
It's all about preserving future income. Bankruptcy is one option. When it's right, it's the least costly, most effective way to save your home, eliminate a second mortgage, and wipe out credit card debt. But you need to address the problem now.
We help people with bankruptcy. Call the experts.
We're THAV GROSS. Our firm will solve your problem.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP. Carrying too much debt? Resolve your debt. Call THAV GROSS.
You don't need to be broke, and you don't need to hit rock bottom. If you have income and you're struggling with debt, dump it. Think about the next 10 or 20 years. If you do what the banks tell you, you'll have nothing to retire with. There is a solution.
Don't waste your future. Call THAV GROSS. We're experts at eliminating credit card debt. 888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
All right, we're back.
So I got on to follow up on that. And that's what my daughters, they're both out of college, they're lawyers now, and they're so passionate about politics and getting involved in politics in the right way. They're not out doing the crazy stuff. And that's one thing that you need to do is be passionate about something in your life and just embrace it. And because you can change the world. You can to change the world.
If you said to me, you regret, I wish I did get involved in politics when I was younger.
Yeah. See, and I agree with you, though. The passion, I see it in my children. My daughter's a doctor. My son is a custom cabinet maker. Totally divergent.
Same passions.
But they both love what they do. And I will tell you that it's taken a long time for me to love what I do. And if I had, I always say, if I'd known then what I know now, I'm so glad that they knew then and now at the same time. Right. At least it appears to be.
So give Ken one piece of advice that he can't respond to.
Give Ken one piece of advice. We got tons of.
We have 6 minutes left in this segment.
You want to pay off your credit cards. You want to have money in the bank. We want to hear this. This is what we want to hear.
Well, the piece of advice I give is the same piece of advice that he's kind of giving. Don't let life pass you by. Go out kicking and screaming. Is what it really comes down to.
I know a piece of advice for myself. Take a chill pill. Relax. If it's Monday and I know I've got 11 things that I've got to get done in the week, I want them all done on Monday.
Right.
Whereas I've got the whole week to get them done. And if they don't get done, I can do them on Monday and Tuesday the next week. But I get all nervous, I get all anxiety-ridden over getting my work done, which is something that I'm worse about now than when I was younger.
Again, enjoy the journey. That's just part of it. You got one more day next.
3-point retirement plan. 3 simple points. Own your home free and clear, have no debt, and have some savings in the bank. Simple concept, not that easy for everyone to do. Share a quick story. I had a friend of mine who I told him about the 3-point retirement plan. He saw the show and he heard about it. And he's a successful insurance guy who I've known for a long period of time. I talked to him a couple months ago and he said to me, remember that conversation you had to me about the 3-point retirement plan? I want you to know something. I followed it. I have paid off the house. I have 0 debt, and I have never been happier in my life. And I said to him, I really appreciate you telling me that, because you don't hear the feedback. Because what it does is all of a sudden, if you get to that point, and you're my age, you're a little bit younger, you know that if you don't have $10 million in the bank, you still have enough coming in with Social Security that you're secure in knowing that you're not vulnerable. I mean, my taxes on my house are only $4,800 a year.
That is a big
my only obligation.
Issue going on right now, because you got these young kids that want to go out and get into their passion, which is being workout instructors and doing yoga instructors, but 40 years down the line, we see it going, oh my God, you got debt coming out of your ears because you don't have the money to do that. So what's the advice that you give the
their
kid?
incomes aren't sufficient.
And they're not paying into Social Security. So what's the
That's the worst.
How do
Not
you
paying into Social
how do
Security is a big
you
mistake, right?
coordinate between I want to live my life with passion, but you got to be able to work and have enough food on the table so your kids.
Well, you have to learn to live within your means also at the same time. I mean, it's a struggle because most people want more. I want what they got. I want what they got.
What's on TV?
Because you know, that's the way the world works. But the fact is that if you only have this much money, you can't spend any more of it unless you're borrowing it.
That's the problem.
At some point, you have to pay it back. And when you reach the point, it's always okay in people's minds when you can still pay the minimum monthly payment and you're able to work. But at 75, 78, suddenly the only income you have coming in is Social Security. You're not able to work anymore.
My dad, he gets to that point where he's got a VA benefit and Social Security. Between the two, $2,500 a month. But he owed $400 a month on his credit cards. He did not own a house, so he had to pay rent, for living. So his rent alone was equal to the cost of what his Social Security benefit was.
Right.
So he had me, fortunately, to take care of the shortfall. But if not, he would have been in a horrible position.
Horrible position.
And there are so many people like that. He had a car payment, credit card payments, rent payment. If you end up at retirement and you've got those three things going on, you need to have a big pension, which nobody has, or you need to at least have.
And on top of it, the worry is like a lot of people, they go, "Oh, I've got enough money. My wife and I."
Yeah.
That's great. Right up until the point where one of you doesn't exist anymore.
They want to retire.
And there's no money left for the other.
And that's the coming to Jesus speech you got to have with the younger people. Yeah, enjoy passion, enjoy your life. Don't go out and get a $150,000 student loan to be a workout instructor and not work and then have to live off of your parents to do it. There has to be that combination.
I think the conversation has to be this, is that because I remember being at that age and I was not good about it. I was spending way more than I was earning, and I was earning a lot, and I was not worried about what was going to happen in the future at all. It's like the idea of being as old as I am now when I was 40 never occurred to me. I'm trying to convey to them that you are going to get there as well.
In 2 weeks, you'll be there.
If you follow this advice,
in 2 weeks, you'll be there.
Get your house paid off. Never pay interest to the credit card industry. Never
but
pay
I get
them
a
interest.
deduction with my
You will
mortgage.
have millions of dollars to retire for. It becomes easy if you take advantage of the time that you're given, if you avoid critical mistakes. To me, the biggest mistake, paying interest on credit card debt. That is fatal. Also, the concept of the idea that you have to be driving a brand new car every 2 years and it has to be nicer than your neighbor's is also a fallacy that if you can mature enough, you can get over. We'll take a break. We'll be back.
It's a new year, full of hope. With hope comes the reminder that you need to protect your future and the future of your loved ones. THAV GROSS is holding a free estate planning seminar February 8th in our offices in Bingham Farms. We will discuss the importance of having a will, a trust, and powers of attorney. And yes, it's absolutely free. You need to protect yourself and avoid the probate of your assets when you pass away. To sign up, call us today at 888-235-HELP or sign up at thavgross.com.
If you're retired and in a financial crisis, there is a way out.
It pains me when I see a retired couple exhaust their savings by paying credit card bills and for a home hopelessly underwater.
THAV GROSS specializes in helping retired people in financial crisis.
You just can't keep paying until you're broke. You need to address the problem now.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
We're THAV GROSS. Our firm will solve your problem.
We were just spinning. We just didn't know what was going to happen next.
At Samasco Law, we deal with these issues every day, especially elder law. Pat went to work for Fran.
Patrick was there holding my hand, kept saying, "We'll get through this, we'll get through this."
He got her husband Medicaid and in a nursing home. Samasco Law got the success they deserved.
Samasco Law is definitely family to me. I really appreciate knowing all of you.
Time for announcements. We've got free seminars coming up. February 8th, 6 to 7:30 p.m. Estate Planning for 2023. Key elements of an estate plan, what you need to know and address, how to avoid probate, how to protect your family. Attendees receive a gold certificate for $300 off of the cost of any estate plan. You want to sign up, thavgross.com, lawandreality.com, or call 888-235-HELP. Then on March 8th, 6 to 7:30 p.m., how to make credit card debt go away. We're going to go over THAV GROSS's debt resolution program. This is not debt settlement. This is our special program that's a 24-month program designed to eliminate credit card debt. It's a solution without bankruptcy. We'll also talk about when bankruptcy is the right solution for you, how both systems work, how and why we can do it within 24 months, where everyone else says it's a 4-year program. Attendees receive a free copy of my book, Dump Your Debt. Call 888-235-HELP, 888-235-HELP, or register online at thavgross.com or lawandreality.com. Remember, you can always come in for a free consultation. We still do them via tele or Zoom conference if you like, but by all means, we're doing them in office. This is the post-COVID world. Just call 888-235-HELP or go online and sign up. Debt issues, tax issues, estate planning issues, business law issues, elder law issues with Pat, disability issues with Jeff. Again, just sign up lawandreality.com or call 888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP. Also, go to our website to get the free reports, Resolving Tax Problems, The Real Solutions by Jeff Linden and myself, Bankruptcy, Is It Right for Me by Brian, How to Save Your Home from Foreclosure, Business Formations, Loans and Grants for Small Businesses in Detroit and Michigan, and Pat's Retiree's Guide to Social Security. I want to thank our sponsors, THAV GROSS, Samasco Law, Kirshner Law. Now back to the show.
Is the debt piling up? Struggling to get by?
It's all about preserving future income. Bankruptcy is one option. When it's right, it's the least costly, most effective way to save your home, eliminate a second mortgage, and wipe out credit card debt. But you need to address the problem now.
We help people with bankruptcy. Call the experts.
We're THAV GROSS. Our firm will solve your problem.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
It's a new year, full of hope. With hope comes the reminder that you need to protect your future and the future of your loved ones. THAV GROSS is holding a free estate planning seminar February 8th in our offices in Bingham Farms. We will discuss the importance of having a will, a trust, and powers of attorney. And yes, it's absolutely free. You need to protect yourself and avoid the probate of your assets when you pass away. To sign up, call us today at 888-235-HELP or sign up at thavgross.com.
All right, so we're back. So the beauty of the 3-point retirement plan is it's not that difficult. You just have to sit there. It really, and the extra, what's the extra point?
Yeah, what's the plus one?
The plus one was you should also have an estate plan.
Oh, absolutely. You have to have an estate plan. If you don't have an estate plan, you get to go to probate. And how expensive is that, Pat? It's just
That's the probate lawyer's retirement plan.
Yeah,
they have a whole. So most lawyers that only do wills, they have all the original wills in their file cabinet someplace. So they give you a copy. And why give the client the copy? Because when the client dies, the kids have to go back to probate the will, and that was called the lawyer's pension plan. So they would do all these probates from that. And so it's not the. And we're talking about woodworking. It's a tool in the toolbox. You have a tool. You got a bench grinder. You have you're cooking, the spatula and stuff. Will is
I have a spatula.
It's the least important document.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
it's the medical power of attorney. The financial power of attorney is critical, and the language that I need to protect. Last week alone, we saved about $6 million of married couples' money with mom or dad in the nursing home.
Qualifying for Medicaid.
And the key,
with the power
of course,
of attorney.
is with all of these powers of attorney and the estate plan, is you can't wait until you don't have capacity, till you've lost it. You have to do it while you're young and able to do it.
Let's talk about it, because we've been philosophizing here. I have one lady, 57 with Alzheimer's. One dad just retired. He has aggressive degenerative disease, 61. If you wait to enjoy life,
Right.
there's no promise that you're going to have
just
that.
on the philosophy thing, because you started asking me, I had a fleeting thought yesterday as I was thinking about where I'm at financially and everything else, and I'm saying, well, if the need for the nursing home occurred between Bonnie and I kind of just thought about it in my head. I said, yeah, there's probably enough assets to pay for it, but absolutely, I'm positioned perfectly. If that happened, it would be call Pat or call
Kelsey.
Because Pat may not be here.
Right.
But it still makes good sense, because why would you go and give all that money away?
And where was I 2 years ago? In intensive care after my car accident.
I was going to say, you got yourself and your truck into a little mangle mess.
I called we had a big fight with the Medicaid office. Said, this is bull crap. You're not going to, no parent would give away all their money to their spouse. And I go, listen, I was there and I told everybody, do exactly what I do, give it all to my wife, and throw me in the nursing home. And that's what dads do to protect their family.
You never told us you had that conversation.
Oh.
So you were real scared at that point.
Well, I was picking the nursing home. Literally, I was.
That's frightening.
So, but the not having an estate plan creates problems for the living and problems for the dead. I mean, that's the reality, and it's those powers of attorney that you must have. It's so important that you know what you want when it comes time to make those medical decisions. If pull the plug, don't pull the plug, make me bionic, whatever it is you want. But nobody else has the authority to do it.
That's true.
Without those documents. And what is it? 60% of America doesn't have an estate plan?
At least, yeah. They have the will. They think the will is their estate plan, but that's a...
I like the way you brought in the number, because those percentages apply to both concepts. High percentage of people don't have an estate plan, and a high percentage of people going into retirement have a mortgage and a car payment and credit card debt.
And not enough money to pay $300 expense if they need it. They don't have $300 in their bank account.
Let me just throw up the slide. Lou and Denise, Frank and Kari. Difference between the two of them when you look at the slide is Lou and Denise have a house payment, and they have car payments, and they have credit card payments. Frank and Kari don't. They both have the same $37.50 a month in Social Security. Frank and Kari have $2,883 left per month, and Frank and Lou and Denise are negative $1,300. Lou and Denise can't pay $100 if they need it, because they're $1,300 a month short. They have no source of getting that money. Same thing, the estate plan. You need to have those things in place. If you don't have them in place, it's too late to do the estate plan after you've passed away. That's the bottom line.
Thus the +1.
So you have 6 seconds if you wanted to still hit me with something that I couldn't rebut.
I'm taking that 6 cents. The kids, after my accident, my tolerance level for these jerk kids fighting with their parents has gone down. Quit fighting with your brothers and sisters, and quit fighting with your parents. It's not worth it.
On that note, have a great week. We'll be back next week with Law and Reality.